Are you tired of being invisible online or feeling like you're missing opportunities to other agents who have a better online visibility? My name is Chad Crenshaw. I'm the co-founder here at BulletProof Real Estate Agent, and we help real estate agents get calls directly from home sellers on Google, Alexa, Siri, Bing, Yahoo, all without ad cost. You're about to watch a recent interview I did with Darren James, a successful real estate agent in Louisiana. And in just under 8 months, we helped Darren go from invisible online to #1 on Google with over 225 five-star reviews. This resulted in a significant increase in his online image, productivity, and his GCI. I hope you enjoy the interview.
And I am incredibly honored and blessed to have Darren James here with us today. This man is absolutely remarkable. He's got some unbelievable accolades that I'm actually going to pull up my phone and read them to you. Darren has 222 five-star Google reviews. Now, I'm going to take just a second and clap right here because we've been doing this now for several years. And for me, it has come across my desk. That's personally the most I've ever seen. So congratulations on that. You clearly understand what Google does for you. He's from Louisiana, started on 9/1/2022, just 6 months ago. We're thrilled to have you here. The platform is yours for right now. I'd love for you just to share some stuff about yourself. Tell us where you're at, how long you've been in the real estate game, and it's on you. And congratulations. We appreciate your partnership here.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Chad, and thank you so much for everything you've done for not only myself, but for so many out there. I mean, it's just been an absolutely a blessing to have you and so forth. I actually referred you yesterday to somebody else in Lafayette, Louisiana. So hopefully, you'll make the connection there. But I'm there. I cover the Baton Rouge, Louisiana market, greater Baton Rouge area. So we primarily cover, go all the way to New Orleans as well. Anywhere in the state, we have a referral network built directly through there. But I got in this business back in 2001. So it's almost 23 years in the business now. And I got in it. I'm a former police officer, worked for the Louisiana State Police Department of Public Safety for 10 years, and did that. And long enough story short, just to fast forward and not take up too much time of the viewing audience, because I know you want to get to some questions. People always ask me, how in the world did I go from putting people in jail to putting people in houses? And so that's that kind of the joke out there. But my wife wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I ended up, working 3 jobs to make ends meet. 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday with state police, drive my police car home and get in my personal car, drive back to a local office supply shop. And I would basically stock shelves until 11 o'clock at night. Wow. And that wasn't enough to make ends meet. So then I took a job at Academy Sports on Saturdays and Sundays, working like no other. And I was at one of the lowest points in my life, Chad. I was tired. I was burnt out. My daughter was just born. And I had to find a way to make ends meet. And so I ended up just giving it to the man upstairs. I said, look, I'm not scared to work. I just need some direction on how do I lead more people to him. And also, how do I just have a career that I can change as many lives as possible? And I went to my primary bathroom, and on the back of my toilet was a Success magazine, and it said, real estate, get your fair share in Arizona. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm moving to Arizona, but maybe this is some type of sign. Let me see about going into real estate. So I called a local mom and pop shop, right? And I said, look, I'm working 3 jobs right now, thinking about getting a 4th one to go into real estate. If that does well, then I can cut back maybe one or the other 2 jobs and try to make it, because when I took the job in investigations, I lost $500 a month in my income. So I was trying to supplement that, right? And so when I got into real estate, I said, okay, and the average price of a home back 20 years ago in my market was $100,000. If I, made 3% of that, that's $3,000 times 2 is 6, divided by 12. There's my $500 a month. I can sell 2 houses in a year. So I said, look, I can do 2 houses, right? So I sold 10 my first year. And then at that point, I started to develop systems in my business. And the first system that I developed was something called a raving fan club. So anybody that bought or sold a home with me, I had a storage building. I had pressure washers in there. We do something down in Louisiana called crawfish boils. Probably heard of that. And so if someone's doing a barbecue or a crawfish boil, I had tables and chairs in my storage building, and it all had my logo on it. I could say, hey, Chad, I see you doing a boil at your house this weekend. And I'd send my dad over there, and he would deliver tables and chairs to you for your guest. And it had all my information all over it. So, I teamed up with my title company at the time, and he would notarize documents for any clients needed something notarized at no charge to them, and just built systems around my business and developed the 3 Ps, the people, the clients that we served, the processes, how do we always improve that to be more efficient? And then how do we give a great product to the consumer? And that all affects the last P, which is the profits. And so I had to, I developed those three and kind of grew from there. And I ended up leaving state police in 2006. I was selling 52 homes a year part-time and just dominating the market in my area. I had the opportunity to manage two offices here locally for a national franchise. Grew those to over 20 million, 48 agents underneath my direction. Market crashed in 08. I basically moved my license at that time to Keller Williams. I was their producer locally. While I wrote an ebook called Raising the Next Generation Realtor, and I traveled around the market centers teaching people iPad and iPhone devices, how to use productivity and technology to improve their customer service and their efficiencies. I got known in the tech industry there, and ended up going and speaking at a panel and at a family reunion down in Anaheim, California. I learned about IDX, Independent Data Exchange, and websites and all that. Came back home, wanted to start my own, be the first in the greater Baton Rouge area to have their own IDX feed on the site. And so I had to get that. At the time, you had to be the sponsoring broker of the company. And so I gave them my 2 weeks notice and opened my own company, Darren James Real Estate Experts, and grew that. We were on the Inc. 5000 list of the fastest growing companies in America, 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And then we joined EXP at the end of 2016, and it's been the best move we've ever made. So it's been a ride, my friend, but it's been a great one.
So what everybody missed is you got lucky, right?
Hey, late to bed, early to rise, work like no other, and advertise. That's the key, bro.
I'm telling you what, just listening to that story, first off, I appreciate your service. The people that don't appreciate first responders and everything else are just, in my opinion, crazy. We appreciate everything that you do, making all the community safe. So anyways, thank you very much for that. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Your story really is incredible. And from the markets that go up and down, and, I watch people, they come and I talk to people that come look at our bulletproof software, right? And they're thinking, is this going to get me to number one in a week? Is this going to get me number one in 2 weeks? And, we try and tell everybody, give us 6 to 12 months because it's software, it's Google. All these things take time. Everybody's not like you. Somebody, when the market was incredibly hot, 18 months ago, they might go hire their cousin's dog to go buy a house, right?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So somebody like you that's been in the game for a long time, that's seen highs and lows and everything else, that's built everything up. So, if you could just share with you, the first question I'd like to ask is, basically, what were any of your problems if you were having any before you actually came and found Bulletproof? What were the problems you were looking to fill? Because it sounded like you just had all kinds of tentacles out there.
Well, but before I found Bulletproof, even before, internet and all that, this business has to do with consistency in your business and persistency in your business, and that's where a lot of people fail, is they don't have that discipline to be consistent, right? They may put out a video today and they may not do another video for 4 or 5 weeks, and the consumer is looking for that content. So you have to be consistent. And that's one of the things that Bulletproof has done for me. It's allowed us to have our brand and have our marketing and have our presence online to be consistent among all areas. Because if you're not consistent, even if I have like for example, an address, right? My office address. If there's one place that it has a period after the word drive or avenue, and the other place doesn't have that, well, Google can flag that, right? Because it's not consistent. And that's one of the things that Bulletproof has done for us, is that it has hundreds and hundreds of places that it puts your stuff out there and your consistency. So Google follows that, and it understands that, their algorithm, the way it works, consistency is the key, and your platform allows me to do that. And, I don't even have to worry about it. And that's one less thing that I have to worry about in my day-to-day operation. I'll let y'all handle it, and y'all do a very good job at that. So,
well, I appreciate that. And that's what a lot of people don't really understand. There's real estate agents that live around my area that I talk to in person, and they, a few years ago, were all word of mouth. And nobody really understood what the internet could do, and they're slowly slipping backwards. And I actually despise watching somebody that's only been in the market for a month take somebody out that's been there for 25 years. Like it upsets me personally. So, but somebody that's been in the market for 25 years, they didn't have to deal with this. Like, that's the way it used to be. And so, yeah, I mean, we clean everything up on 50 different sites. So why did you select Bulletproof versus any other software program that's out there for real estate agents?
Well, the ease of operation is one of the reasons why you make things easy. And it's kind of like I think there's a company called Staples out there. They have what's called an easy button, right? And you go press the easy button. And anytime a realtor, we have so many jobs to do. I mean, a lot of the consumers don't realize what has to go on in our day-to-day operations of negotiating contracts, showing properties, this, that, and the other. Y'all basically deployed the easy button when it comes to internet consistency, and that's why I use you. And then not to mention that the affordability of it is really a no-brainer. I mean, you're a lot more affordable than a lot of other companies, and producing the same results, even better results than other companies. Because I've been there, done that, and I've tried a bunch of them, right? And so, I've been with you for I think 6-7 months now, and it's been great. So I don't have, there's nothing. I have no complaints, nothing.
That's awesome. Well, I might be stealing the easy button from you. It's the first time I heard that. There might be an easy button on our Bulletproof website here in the next week. It's I love that comparison.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, it's the truth. It is. I mean, anytime you can make something easy. I mean, the one commodity, Chad, that we can't buy back no matter how much money we make is time, right? We can't buy that back. And so if you can save people time and make things easier for people, it would be great. I mean, I just wish Facebook and YouTube would adapt y'all's technology and make things easy. When you have a problem with those guys, you can't get in touch with anybody. Anytime I've ever had a question with support, man, your team has been on it. And I just, that's unheard of in today's world. So I can't speak highly enough about, what Bulletproof has done, what your company's done for, not only myself, but I see the results of other people's because I watch these webinars and I see it. And so, success leaves clues. And whenever you're successful in something and you see something that's working, you want to be part of that, right? You don't want to recreate the wheel. And that's one example. You've built a system that has allowed people to be to rank highly on the #1 search engine out there and other places, right? You've made consistency in their business to where all their information is consistent among all the platforms. And not only on top of that, you have an easy button. And on top of that, I mean, I could go on. And on top of that, you're affordable. And that's the fact. The fact is that you have everything mixed up. We call that a gumbo here in Louisiana, a whole bunch of good stuff mixed in the same pot. And that's what you got, brother. And so that's the good stuff.
Just for the record, when I go to Jason's Deli with my wife, I don't eat salad. I eat their gumbo. And it's probably not what's in Louisiana, but I'm a big fan of some gumbo.
No, man, gumbo is good stuff, brother. Gumbo and jambalaya, that's good stuff.
That's it. Well, what advice would you have for other real estate agents? Like, how would it impact you not to be on the first page of Google? Before you got on the first page of Google, how did it describe what it's like to be there and how it actually impacts your business? You know the percentages as well as I do.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't ever want to go back. Let's put it that way. I never want to go back to where I'm not there. And now that I've got there, I got to do everything in my power to keep me there, which is why I got you guys. And so you keeping me there and you keeping me consistent, and that just makes my job even that much easier. So, if you're not where the eyes are, you can't be a secret agent in this world. You cannot be a secret agent. You have to let people know exactly what you do, because, you'll hear the cliche, Darren got lucky, or it's all in who you know that makes you successful. That's not true. It's who you know that knows what you do that makes you successful. And the more people that you can reach through the #1 search engine or even through networking out there in the public, one thing I can tell you is that this business requires discipline. The death of a salesperson is white space on a calendar. And that's the true statement. And so this service through Bulletproof and several other marketing efforts, that's eliminating white space on your calendar, because that's creating opportunities for you that you never would have had it otherwise. So I highly recommend it. I can't speak highly enough about Chad and everything that his team has built. I'm very thankful for that. So if you have any questions, look, I'm an open book. You can reach me at agent225.com. You can call my cell phone directly. I'm an open book, and I'm here to help anybody out there that I possibly can. That's where I'm at in my world today. I'm not, I'm about building people. I want to grow people. I love people. I'm living my life from a mindset of abundance, and I want to see people succeed. I love to see people just being the best person. God put everybody on this earth to not only have a life, but to have a life to thrive and to have a life that's of abundance. And so I want to see as many people get there as I possibly can, because I love seeing people succeed. So if I can help any of your listeners out there, whatever, just please feel free to reach out.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. And we were fortunate enough to take my family on a cruise here recently,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
sitting on the balcony looking out, and I really thought about, if the ocean out there was Google and I fell off this boat. These are the thoughts that go through my head when I'm out there. Right? I'm thinking about, if I fell off this balcony right now, how's anybody ever going to find me?
Yeah.
Right? And I'm thinking, I'm looking up at the big lifeboats above, and I'm thinking, this is really what we represent for our agents. I mean, this is my family's asleep on the inside. These are the crazy thoughts that go through my head.
Yeah.
It's like, they're not going to find me if I'm this little person out there. I'd be invisible in the world of Google out there. When somebody's
Right.
actually trying to search for an agent, that the potential that there is clients out there, regardless of what you think the market is. You can watch YouTube videos and people will scare you into thinking the market's going to crash tomorrow and the market is as hot as it's ever going to be, right? But the true thing is, at any moment in time, there's people out there actually searching for real estate agents in your area. And if you don't show up, you're just invisible to everybody.
Absolutely.
And whether their $1 million house is worth $500,000 at some point, all of that is completely irrelevant. Somebody's going to try and sell it, and somebody's going to try and buy it. And if you're invisible, you just can't even participate. So, for us, we're thrilled to have somebody like you on. I actually reached out to you the other day. You popped on my radar because of the affiliate program. And then, I really enjoyed, just talking to you for the first few minutes, and that's why you're on today. So briefly, could you touch on, just for maybe 30, 60 seconds, on the affiliate program and how we got connected? And then, we'll wrap this up because I know you got a super busy day.
Yeah, absolutely. No worries whatsoever. Yeah, so we connected via the affiliate program. They do have an affiliate program for anybody referred directly to Bulletproof is just compensated. I forget what the compensation is. You know why? Because I don't even worry about that, to be honest with you, Chad. I just love referring great service to great people and anything that can benefit anybody. And so I give your name out to when I speak across the United States, I give your name out. I just mentioned, I may have mentioned earlier, I gave your name out yesterday, or it might have been this morning. No, it was yesterday, to a lady in Lafayette, Louisiana, who's going to be reaching out to you as well. And that's just like 60 miles away from me. So, there's an affiliate program available. So, you can get rewarded based off of, referring people directly to Bulletproof. It's, I don't even keep up with the rewards, to be honest with you. I don't even know how many people referred me to you guys. But all I know is that it's there and that y'all give great service. And I'm happy to be a part of everything that you do. So.
Well, I appreciate that. And for me, being on here, like I told you before we ever started talking, this is the greatest honor for me is actually getting on here and talking to successful agents. And our referral program, once an agent that's successful like yourself refers somebody to us, it really takes me, like, my happiness, my joy, to a complete another level, because it's joy watching someone like you not actually go out there because you need to build any business or keep track of the money. You don't even care what it is. You're just sharing the fact that we're helping you grow your business. So thank you again for that. And lastly, do you have any advice for any agents out there on personal branding? Because I know you said you were over here, then you moved over here, but you're Darren everywhere that you go. So you understand building the personal brand. And your card that you send me, your digital card that you send me, I said, man, this guy's on the next level. I love it. So any last little advice on a personal brand for yourself or anybody else? And then, we'll tell everybody goodbye.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely have to brand yourself. Like I mentioned earlier, you cannot be a secret agent in today's world. And so branding is different than advertising, so it's also different than marketing. You have to build that brand. A brand has to stand for something, right? So our brand was built off of 7 core values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal commitment to those we serve. And it forms an acronym that spells leadership, LDRSHIP. And that's how the brand was built. Agent 225, the way that came about, that's my website. I was in law enforcement, 007 type deal popped in my head one day. And, 007 saving people, this, that, and the other. Well, Agent 225 can solve all your real estate problems. And that's what it is in our area. 225 is the area code. And so that's how it came about. And but yeah, you definitely have to build a brand. You definitely have to be consistent in your business, be persistent in your messaging, be persistent in your follow-up. That's where the fortune is in the follow-up. Work your leads, work your database. And more importantly, get on that first page of Google and hire Chad and his team to make that happen for you. You will not regret that decision.
Darren, I greatly appreciate your time. If you're in Louisiana, you come down to Texas or I come to Louisiana.
I hope this video inspires you to take action for yourself and for your business. Go to joinbulletproof.com today and grab time on our calendar for a demo. On our call, we're going to give you the exact strategy on how to build your personal brand and position yourself as the clear choice agent in your town, organically on Google without spending a dime on ads. Now remember, we do 90% of the work for you. And at the end of this Zoom, if it feels like we can help you make an impact, we'll show you exactly what that looks like. So go ahead, book a demo, go to joinbulletproof.com today, grab a spot on our calendar, and I'll see you at the top.